Nice to meet you. You know, we spoke the other day and I actually loved the film. Not just because it was a love story with two people, but it was a love story about this town, PTown, which I love so much. Let's start, if you don't mind, by you telling us, in your words, what it's about without giving it away.
I think this is a question for me. I've always defined High Tide as a romance, a drama romance, a love story between two outsiders who find themselves in this place, magical place called PTown, and they are at two different moments of their lives. They have come from different backgrounds, but somehow they both are in this lost place within themselves, and in this desolate place they connect and they fall in love, but it's so in such a short amount of time, which adds to the drama, of course. So this is always how I describe the film, like it's a love story. It's a story of the connection between two beautiful human beings who are looking for themselves, trying to understand who they are. At the same time, I came to understand while making the film and post-producing it, now presenting it to the audience, that as a love letter, like to someone you love, you may also want to say something that they may don't want to hear. So it is a love letter to Provincetown, with some kind of also that wants to highlight also some flaws. Provincetown is a beautiful place, but it's human-made. So it has, its flaws, its beauty, and like all the most beautiful and authentic human beings. And at the same time, the film is also a story about how we can miss each other, how can we break each other's hearts if we don't say the right thing, if we are not there at the right moment, if we are not present to ourselves. So all the characters in the film really have to deal with this, have to deal with the loss of love, with the desire for love, with grief about love, with this compulsion for love. So it really is a film about love, but it is not it's more than a romantic story.
When you were cast, were you a PTown virgin? Had you been here before?
I was not a virgin.
No, I mean to a PTown virgin.
No, exactly. I was not a PTown
Oh,
virgin.
you were not?
I had been here one other time for an artist residency type of a situation. And so I was familiar with the beauty and just, the overall setup of PTown. So I had a little bit to pull from in terms of understanding, what this town represent, how it feels, and then also how one who looks like me can feel like a minority here.
And did it change your mind about the town after you made the film?
Not at all. I feel like I fell in love a bit more, with Provincetown, having been here with this film. Because before I had come for maybe like 4 days, and then doing the film, I was here for too close to a month, so I really got to experience it
you shot it
in a way.
You shot it in
17 and a half-ish. And the last 3 days, we lost 7 members of the crew to COVID, 1 actress to COVID. So it was like, 17 days and a half with a lot of drama at the end. Like indie filmmaking at its best, really.
I didn't ask you though, why PTown? Why do this?
It's a combination of things. I came here the first time in 2019, and I was at the beach, and I, like Lorenzo does in the film, he goes from the beach to he crosses the dunes and he discovers the bay, right, where this pool of water, and it was so magical. The day after I went back and the water wasn't there anymore, it was dry land. And I remember thinking, this is a huge, beautiful metaphor and so cinematic, I gotta make something of it. Then you forget. Then I forgot completely about this. In the middle of the pandemic, I came here, invited from some dear friends, John and Robert, who live here full time, and they said, just come. I was living in New York. You can remember what it was, New York at that time. stay here as long as you want. Nobody's in our guest house, everybody cancels. So I signed up for 2 weeks and then ended up staying 6 months. And while I was here, and while I was already writing this story, and it was set in Los Angeles. It was an interracial love story, I mean, everything that you said. And then I was here, and memories of that feeling, of that dry water pool in the beach came back. And this place is so magical. The light is amazing. I've never seen it represented. And over the course of that summer, it was so generous and fulfilling in the soul, truly, that I was like, okay, this film needs to be placed here. And the moment I did that, everything came so easy, like in terms of writing and ideas.
You set it in the end of the season. Is that where you filmed it too?
Yes.
How cold. I was so cold. Because when you made yours both go in the water, I'm thinking, brave boys. I hope you've got standards.
We did not.
Because, you know, I'm English. And I learned to swim in England and it's freezing. I don't go to water here, even in the summer. But, so, what's the journey for the film now? I know you're going off to Queerguru, right?
Yes, we're very excited about it, yes.
And then, what's next?
We will start our international tour. We will open the film at the Rio Film Festival in October, and we
Insist they go, you'll go.
Oh yes, it has to go.
Brazil? Come on.
And you know, Marco Pigossi is a huge star there, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
You had good chemistry with everybody.
Thank you.
Really good chemistry. Sorry.
And then we are about to hear from. We're going to have an international and a European premiere as well in a festival. And very soon, I can't say much right now, and then hopefully we will, you know, bring the movie to more and more people around the world.
I like the fact it was a very contemporary love story. I'm not going to talk too much about it. And it had an unexpected ending. But I'm sort of a magic at heart. So when you're making High Tide 2,
In Angola?
Well, listen, you're not the first one.
you finished on a very nice life. I'm not going to spoil it. But you finished on a nice life, and it's contemporary. We don't all live happily ever after. We don't all die as well. But I think I'm always curious.
Well, how can we talk about it without spoiling it?
Okay, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But let's hope then when you do the circus, you'll end up someone theatrically. So everyone here, we're global, can see it somewhere, or it's on Netflix, because it's so worth seeing. There are so few love stories that are sort of gentle like this. You know, it's either bam bam, thank you bam, or let's kill each other.
For me, it was personally, as a writer and then as a filmmaker, as a personal journey, it was really riveting to write about love and intimacy, and to rediscover that within me and within my community, to really elevate this sense of even slowness, right, in human connection, which is something that sadly our societies and our communities don't really promote much. And I believe my work has been always so political, and it's always so rough, and I did this, I was writing, and then I did, and I was like, wow, it's so out of my league. And then I was like, actually, I think nowadays, 2024, the biggest political act seems to me like is to talk about love.
Yeah. So this is your debut movie, right? Debut writing and
Debut feature, yes.
Well done. Well done. Sign up for the next one. Great to meet you. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you.
Appreciate it.